Car accident claims and mediation, how it works. Mediation can help to solve disputes and enable all relevant parties to come to a resolution. This can occasionally be done without the parties going to court. What is mediation? Mediation involves all parties talking to each other through a mediator. The mediator's job is to help all of the parties come to an agreement. They are unable to ask either party to agree to something, but they can bring all sides together. For example, a mediator cannot get a car insurance company to agree to mediation, but a court might. Mediation will only take place if a court insists that it does, or all parties involved agree to it. Mediation may also help to prevent a car accident claim going to court. What does mediation involve? Mediation typically begins with the preliminary matters being discussed. At this stage, everyone is made aware that any statements that are made will not be used in court. This means that all parties are free to discuss the settlement without worrying about what they have said if the case ends up in court. Participants may need to sign an agreement that outlines the rules of the mediation process. Once the preliminary stage has ended, the individual making the claim will have the opportunity to speak first. This allows them to explain their side of the story. The injured party can talk about who was at fault for the accident, their injuries, and damages. The individual making the claim can also explain how they would like the personal injury case to be settled and how the case should be resolved. It will now be the opposition's turn to speak, and they too will have the chance to talk about their side of the story. The opposing party can also explain how they think the case should be resolved. Once all parties have spoken, there is likely to be a lot of discussion between them or through the mediator. If the parties are required to speak through a mediator, the mediator will speak with one side in private, and then with the other. This is so that proposals can be delivered accurately and effectively. A mediator will usually help each side to see their opponent's side. For example, they may point out the weaknesses found in your claim. They may also tell you how such information may be dealt with in court. Discussions will usually continue until an agreement is reached, or until it is very clear that no agreement will be reached. In car accident cases, it tends to take just 1 hour for the mediator to determine whether an agreement will be reached. Tips for mediation. Many courts offer mediation services, and some require those involved in car accident cases to go through mediation once the case has been filed. However, you do not have to wait for the court to suggest mediation. You can suggest it even before the case has been filed. If both parties agree to mediation, then that will be taken as a sign that each party would like the claim to be settled. One of the benefits of settling a claim this way is that it means neither party will have to worry about the case ending up in court. What you should know about mediation. It's crucial that the individual making the decisions for the opposing party is involved in the mediation. It would be a shame if the party you're dealing with has to speak to their manager before the deal is finalized. You should, therefore, try to make sure that the person you are dealing with has the authority to resolve your car accident claim. The mediator cannot force anyone to come to an agreement. This is the case even if the mediator thinks you are being reasonable. This is why it is important that you only agree to mediation if you truly believe the opposing party is genuinely interested in resolving the claim. Mediation is not free unless you manage to get yourself a place on a free mediation program run by your local community. Again, this is why it is important that you only agree to mediation if you truly believe the opposing party is genuinely interested in resolving the claim. When it comes to mediation, you typically have nothing to lose. What's more is you can also say no to the other party's suggestions, but you should be aware that the mediation process will be easier if you genuinely want to come to an agreement. If no agreement is made, it's likely that your personal injury claim will end up in court.